All right, we've got something a bit different today. I've been looking up a few things online. We've had a bit of murkier water here in Minnedosa. So I've got onto the old YouTube, done a bit of research about what's the best option for murkier water. Now, we've had a lot of algae here the last couple of days, and we got an absolute boatload of rain here last night, so I bet you the water's pretty clear now, but it still is stained. And we do have like a cold snap come through here, but yeah, the water has super cleared up. Like it's actual like super clear now, where before, as in yesterday, it was green as green. There was like this weed turner that was here, smashing up all these weeds along here. And yeah, you could see how green it was then. But right now, she's primo. But we're going to be trying a few different things. I did buy this new bait that I'm actually pretty excited to throw just to have a look. It's a Rapala, and it's pretty much a square bill. Give you a better look here. I've never really thrown too many crankbaits. I'm not a crankbait guy, but I'm going to give that a crack. It's a 4 to 5 foot sort of style jig, and I've got it on the HMG inshore with the neck save 1000 12-pound mono, and I've got at 12-pound brad, sorry, and I've gone 20-pound leader, just because there is some slew sharks in this waterway. And we're going to be here with a beautiful night as the sun goes down right behind us here. But this jig here is made for 4 to 5 foot. So I'm going to cast this weed edge here and see if we can't get a pike or a walleye. And then I'll show you, I've got this jig here that I made. It's a crushed city. It's a centered kind of jerk shad style with a shaky head jig. Also been listening to a bit of the old bass fishermen, and I think with a bit of dirty stained water you're better off with a bit more action where the fish can feel everything. So that's what we're going to try here today. So let's have a cast with this Rapala, or as an American or Canadian would say, Rapala. Let's have a look. We could even get hit right here. That's how it floats. Oh yeah, it's just like a real surface sort of lure. Like I said, I'm not much of a crankbait guy, but just been listening, following a little bit of the fishing with dirty water, they seem to think that might work. So I don't even know how I'm supposed to retrieve it, but we'll just kind of retrieve that back, and we'll see how we go. For a chance of a pike, oh, might be weed. Pike and walleye here today. Oh, that's, yep, we're on. Straight away, first cast. Oh, it's a decent fish too. We're on straight away here. He's taking me for a little dance here. I'm thinking pike. That's crazy. It's funny how you get an idea sometimes and you just think that's going to work a treat. Oh, it's a nice, beautiful little pike here. He's nailed that crank. He's going to jump here, I can see it. Like I said, the water's cleared up here, so I'm thinking the fish might just be around a bit more. Might be in shallow. So I'm going to walk this guy. Ooh. I'm going to walk him down to the water's edge here, but I have to get my pliers out my bag. He's a mid-30s pike. Not a bad start for the first cast. I'm going to have to get my pliers out of this bag here quickly. Oh, he jumped as I'm looking away. Got the old faithful. First cast on the Rapala, or the Rapala. as you Americans and Canadians like to call it. Loosen that drag a bit. Give you guys a look here. On like a square, I think it's a square bill. He's just gonna come off here, I can feel. All right, buddy, all right. Got him. That's a really nice pike. It's actually a lot heavier than I thought it would be. He's choked that. That's why you bring pliers when you're fishing here in Canada. Give you another look the other way. Get some sun on him. Sunfire in the background, that's so sick. That's a nice pike. Gotta be happy with that. First cast, 1 pike. It's better than what I do down here in days sometimes, so. There he goes. Thanks, Pete, appreciate it. You can't beat the smell of fish on your hands straight away, eh? First cast. I felt like I had a bit of weight on there, and then I just got absolutely nailed. Got to be stoked about that. Have you been fishing, Pete? I was out here last night and I managed a couple of pike. I've kind of got a feeling that we're going to get a walleye here tonight, which would be a bit of a highlight. Absolutely glorious day here in Manitoba. Weekly fishing, welcome. Beautiful Minnedosa. All right, let's have another cast here. I didn't take long. Just gonna go a little bit wider. We had a huge front come in here last night. It was like 28 degrees and hot, and then it come through and it dropped to about 15 super quick. But I'm thinking the fish should be on the chew here tonight, so I had to kind of come down as soon as I could. I've been working on the Sunfire all day. I put back struts in her. I'm really interested to see how this thing looks underwater here. It just wiggles and pops around. I like that. I'm gonna have a cast over towards the land over here. Having a pop. I think we could be a chance of something good here today. I think a low rod tip's going to be helpful here today. Let's cast shallow. Want to see my rod? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here today. Oh, fish, yep. Decent fish too. Just adjust that drag a touch there. Another pike, I feel. Could be a walleye though. This is my first time using crankbaits. I got 2 fish in about 4 or 5 casts here. I'm going to walk him around this way, but I'm thinking a pike. got a short leader, so it's got a nice bit of weight to it. Haven't seen him yet. Oh, I don't know what that was. I think it was a pike. Oh, he's choked it too. I have to get him straight to the end here because this is a $10 lure and it's only the second cast. And he's mauled that. Oh, nice little spinny, flippy jumpy there. Oh, don't go that way, buddy. He's not the biggest pike, but they're super healthy in this waterway. So they do chunk up pretty well. This might be a retie. Well, he's got a leech on him. Or had a leech on him. Come on, buddy. Oh. Okay, we've kind of got the majority of that out. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to grab this guy. Hammer handles is right. If I had my chance, I'd probably... I've got him bleeding there, unfortunately. Have to open up his gills a bit so I can see what's going on. I would maybe change the trebles on the back of these to just a single. I think a single would be heaps easier to get them off with compared to a double, or a treble, sorry. Just a small little pike. If it was winter time, I'd take him home. Let's let him go. Come on, buddy. There he goes. There he goes. Just took a little bit of convincing there. So that was like my third cast with a crankbait. And we've got 2 pike, which is like pretty good for this waterway. I'm just gonna give this a little wash here. I'll check my leader. We'll walk through that. Mark. I would love to agree with you, but as a guy that's worked in the fish industry for years, that fish is going to be totally fine. I worked with fish in Australia pretty heavy, and fish are a lot more resilient than you think, especially freshwater fish. Yeah, it probably wasn't the best handling, but for you, next time I will bring him up and I will do exactly the same as what I just did then, but won't let him thrash around. But my experience, freshwater fish, especially pike, they're super hardy. The water's not super hot right now. It's really cooling really quick, so I'm sure that fish will be fine, and there's thousands of pike in this waterway. Not that that makes it okay, but I disagree with your comment there for sure. And yeah, I disagree with you too, Jeff. There's probably 4,000 pike in this lake, so if one goes, it won't be the end of the world. It's no different to me eating it. But I'm not all about bad fish handling, but I disagree with you guys on that. But this guy's been trumps. It's like a kind of like a square bill. I've never really seen them before, but they've got like a nice little action, and it's as bright as I could find. They only had 2 or 3, and we've got 2 fish from it. I'll nip my bit of plastic here and we'll put it in my pocket. Alrighty, let's go again. It's called a scatter wrap crank shallow, and she's got pike slime all over it already. I'd love to hear from Mark and Jeff when they hold fish, if any fish even in a boat starts kicking, does it just die straight away? It's just going to get brain damage, or just curious? Sound like you're scientist. Or if a kid was handling that fish, would you just tell them, oh, you can't do that, you've killed it? Like, seriously. Guy's a little bit quiet in the chat here. So I'm thinking a little bit of action with this thing is going to work well. Oh yeah, that looks sick. I like when it just kind of stays down and it pauses there. Let's go shallow again. And it casts quite well. Big fan. Maybe I'm gonna have to go crankbaits a bit more. Let us know your experiences with crankbaits. I'm pretty excited. Oh, fish just launched right near him. I think it was a sucker. It looked like a dolphin jumping out the water, like in front of a boat. Yeah, I think this maybe is made for me, this bait, because I'll do like a nice jerky. What name is it again? I just need a scatter wrap. Scatter wrap, eh? I like that. Well, let's cast shallow here. And it like floats too, which is sick at the beginning. So you can kind of let it sit there for a second before you start retrieving. But one or two more casts of this, and then we'll go something a little bit different. Something that I've caught some big walleye on before, a bit of a different style retrieve, and we'll enjoy that sunset here. All right, that's enough of the scatter. And I'll show you what I got on this rod here. So we've got the Shimano FXS66 MB2, and we've got a shaky head jig with a Crush City centered. It's not that Elastec. I would have liked a paddle tail in this, but I didn't have it. And then we've got pink. So we're going to be casting up through here, along this here, and then just in here there's a little hole where there's a chance of a walleye. So let's give that a crank. It does look a bit big and brash, but we're a chance of pike and walleye on that. And the thinking behind these two baits is, with a bit of stained water, something that's got a lot of vibration, the walleye and pike will feel it through that lateral line. Tough one for me to get out. And if the fish are just there and just relaxing, they'll feel that shaky head. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but that thing's shaking super hard. You might be able to see it through the rod tip there. And hopefully a walleye will come through and go whammo. I'd love to catch another big walleye out of this lake. Just gonna adjust my drag there. Let's go out this way. It's very similar to a chatterbait. It could be a chatterbait. Well, yeah, down in the States, maybe you call them those. But when I bought them, they're called a shaky head jig. So probably you bass fishermen would know a little bit more about it than I, but that's what we're using. on the old Sienna. And I'm just going to slow pop this back and hope a walleye comes and ambushes it from the top. It's generally out this way here. It's very muddy flat. The channel comes up around that point here and comes in down that spillway over here. So if there is any walleye that are around, they're going to be on this muddy flat. Oh, that felt like a hit. And there's definitely a chance of a pike, that's for sure. We may venture out after hitting this spot off this point here, and we'll see if we can't catch a walleye from there too. Yeah, check it out, mate. You never know. Could be something different, but it would be very similar to a chatterbait. The fishing community is not that tech savvy up here, so. But yeah, it's got that blade at the front, and that just gives it max vibration when you're casting. You can just feel it pretty heavy. Oh, there we go. Oh, he hit me and then dropped it. There's a sandbar right on that point. Oh, got 3 or 4 hits there, guys. I have to cast straight back over there again. And the fish just sit right off the edge of that sand point. Could have been walleye. Kind of felt pikey though, I'm not going to lie. I won't lie to you guys. But this is walleye time. As that sun starts to go down behind that mountain there, she's walleye o'clock. Okay, let's have a look at the bait. Check the leader. See, oh yeah, pike for sure. It'll be hard to see, but there's a bit of a scuff there. A little bit of pikeage. All right, let's go there again. Oh, didn't quite make it that far. I'd love to hear what everyone else has been catching out there. If you've been out the last couple of days, let me know what you've been catching, how big it was, and let me know your stories. Fish just jumped right here. Just going to slow down my retrieve a bit. I think I've just been going a little bit too fast. I haven't been able to get far enough like that first cast there. Oh, almost. Trying to make it close to that point as I can. Tangled up. There we go. That's a bit better. Oh, that was a hit. That was a hit low too. Now that probably doesn't mean much to you guys, but that means walleye generally for me. Come back, buddy. I think that might have been a walleye hit, guys. Oh, oh! Oh, he's just not committing. That was another hit. Oh. Okay. I have to go another cast there. That's a better cast. We're going to get hit here for sure, guys. I'll be super shocked if we don't get hit here around about now. What an absolute beautiful night down here in Minnedosa. Okay, we didn't get hit there. I am actually a little bit shocked, I'm not gonna lie. I'll slow retrieve it back. Okay, we're going to do a nice long cast to the left of me here, left of your phone, and we'll see if we can't sneak a pike or a walleye this way. Give that a few seconds. I still feel like we're going to catch a nice fish in that section, but it just didn't quite happen there. Got a few hits though. Interesting. Let that guy sink down to the bottom. Have a sip of my pop here. fish just launched. Just as I go away from casting over there, a fish just launched. It's always the way. So what I'm doing is I'm just popping it up off the bottom, letting it sink. Popping again. With that shaky head jig, it should be making a fair bit of a ruckus on the bottom there. And hopefully a walleye just comes along. Or a pike, I'm not fussy. Oh, felt like a slight hit there, but maybe not. Okay, I'm thinking we'll slightly move here. Maybe I'll just have another cast here with the crankbait. Touching tips. Okay, back with the scatterbait. A little bit of weed on it there. First time using this guy and we've hooked 2 pike on it, so let's see if we can't get another one. I'll cast in towards these weeds here. The difference between this rod and my other rod is huge. This one's so much lighter, less bulky. A lot more finesse. I'm going to fish this a bit shallower. I'm going to come this way. It is a floating bait, so if I come towards the reeds a bit and retrieve it through them, Oh yeah, we got something, guys. Bulkweed. Right, let's go a real shallow cast here, eh? Might be something hiding under this dock, maybe. We'll go down the side of that, eh? Bit more weed. It is very shallow there, so let's go a little bit deeper here. I do love how much this thing you can cast a mile. So nice. I'm thinking the quicker you retrieve it, probably the lower it will get as well. All right, fish, where are you? All right, let's try and go down these weed line again. Bit nicer cast. Gonna go like a low rod tip retrieve. Well, I need help with DED. If you can help me, you can do it through text. Not a bit too weedy that. Well, I think that just means I got right where I really have to be. Right on that weed line is where I'm looking to get to. Just going to lower this down so you can see a bit more what I'm doing action-wise here. It is a fishing channel, so trying to show you guys different techniques and ways to catch fish. And this is the first time with a square bill crankbait for me, so I've been very happy with the results so far. Oh, maybe weed, maybe weed. Oh no, no weed. Okay, I'll give it a go. I won't twitch. If this thing does not hit bottom, then it's on you. No, I love interacting. I'm all about learning here today. This is a style I've never really done, so do I have to retrieve a bit quicker? I've got a 1000 size neck save, so the line in ratio isn't probably that high. Okay, well I hit weed, okay? I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Well, let's cast a little bit deeper. See if your theory works. I'm gonna keep my rod tip low. Is it a slow retrieve or a fast retrieve? I'm thinking we might move anyway, just quickly. I want to hit the other side of this little bit of land right in front of us here. Oh yeah, that does work well. Okay, look. DED, I appreciate the tips. Oh, that's gone in the weeds. Probably want to retrieve that fast there, Ben. Oh, bang, right in the weeds. Are you kidding me? Right in the weeds. Little pikelet. Oh, it's actually a really nice pike. He's kind of crocodile rolled himself there. Oh, I've only just got him. We're going to lose his fish, guys, for sure. Next bit of movement, he's gone. Going to slowly walk him. I want to just show you the colours on these guys right now. Oh, he's barely hooked. It's so funny, it's like walking your dog. He was right in the weeds there. He's hardly put a fight on. He's a nice fish, actually. There he goes. I told you it was going to be a... She only had a one hook in him. Probably the ideal release. I love the advice I'm getting from you guys, because this is a very new way of fishing for me. I'm an Australian that fishes bait, so even soft plastics are something very new to me. It is quite weedy in there. Just go in quickly. That's why I was surprised to catch that fish in there, just because of the amount of weed that's in there. Well, I appreciate the tips, mate. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so when I go fishing next and you see me, you can give me more tips, because I need them. Especially this sort of different style of fishing. It is so hard for me not to want to jig it. It's like, it's me. I could have horsed that pike up, but I did get some unfriendly comments a bit earlier saying you pulled it up on the concrete and you hit his head and it's going to have brain damage. So I was trying to be a bit more chill. Oh no, literally just broke my mono, my braid. Like snapped it off. That's crazy. I just put a uni to uni on this earlier too. Okay, well, I'm going to keep that line. I'll put that in the bag. I'm a big fan of the Scatter Wrap crank shallow, 5 foot deep. It's kind of like a walleye perchy colour. Oh, there you go. I've never really caught a bass, so you're speaking to a guy that's never caught bass. Oh, that went straight in my finger. I'm going to swap over and we'll use a shaky head jig, and we'll move over to that point and see if we can't get a few pike on the backside. Maybe we'll do a cast or two in here. Just have a sip of my pop while I'm here. Clearwater Lake, do you get many in California, did you say? Probably wouldn't get too many pike that way, would you? Pike or walleye. Appreciate that, my man. I love having good interactions with people on here. I actually don't get that many interactions, so if you want to just drop a comment, feel free. So this shaky head jig, which I think is very similar to a chatterbait down the States, I probably would fish it very similar to the Rapala, but I'm letting it hit the bottom and then popping it off the mud here. It's a bit of a muddy bottom, a bit of a weed line that cuts around in here. Kind of danger zone in there unless you're fishing top water. Hence why I caught that few pike in that. But I would love a walleye. I've got the walleye colours on. Pink, chartreuse, yellow, white, all seem to work well. And this is what we're using. Oh, I'll get the rod out of the way. Pink head with we call them a shaky head jig here. Well, this is what the brand's called anyway. And this is like it's not an Elaz per se, but it's got a scented style rubber on. Crushed City, like a jerk shad I think they're called. So I'm going to cast out in here in a bit of deeper water, and then I'm going to probably hit along here because there is often walleye perusing the edge here, and pike. So what's your suggestion for fishing this one? The old shaky head jig. Alberto knot. I've fished a lot the last couple of years and caught some really nice fish. I've had no issues with the double uni to uni with braid. Oh, that was a hit, Ben. Problem with this bait is probably a little bit big for this lake. It's a very small lake. There is aggressive fish in here, but the only negative I see to it is the size of the knot itself. If you make it too long, the leader too long, and it goes through the your rod tip when you cast. But besides that, I love the old. Mate, I used to use swivels. That's how far I've come. I've figured out how to do a uni to uni. Okay, she's been a long progress, or slow progress. I'm used to beach fishing in Australia with circle hooks. This is totally new sort of style, but we will move out to this point here real soon. So just slow down my retrieve. I'm a fast retriever. I'm used to beach fishing in Australia with a bit of rock, so. There's a little pocket I want to hit here before I go. Cheers, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks for the tips. Hopefully I can catch a fish for you. Okay, one more cast and we'll move. It's called yo-yoing. What are you doing right? What are you doing right now? Don't just pop the tip. Lift it when you're trying to escape the fish. Okay. Trying to create a fleeing fish motion. Cheers. Adam, welcome. How you doing, brother? You been fishing lately? Okay, I'm moving this from this spot. Spion, we don't have the parlour good to go here because I feel like it would be perfect on the back side of this little ridge we're going to go to. But we've caught 3 pike here today. We're moving over to this little point here and we're a chance to maybe catch a pike off it and a walleye. But look how clear the water is right now. I'll show you guys. Super clear. This was green yesterday with algae, or as a Canadian would call it, algae, even though it's a G, but we won't get into the politics of Canadian language. Actually, this is all super cleared up. This was so full of weed earlier this year. Okay. A little bit there. Okay, there's a little bit deeper. Okay, there's still a bit there. But let's go out this side here, guys. See if we can't get like a nice sunset pike. Us Aussies are very teachable, mate, I'm telling you. It must be weird for you guys to think there's a Aussie in Canada trying to catch pike and walleye. But that's where I find myself and I love it. I'm week in between jobs, so I've got a lot of time to fish right now. Put my pop down. And I'll show you this little spot here. I can actually walk out and I've got my gum boots on, and there's this little edge along here. It drops right down real quick, probably 4 or 5 foot. So I'm going to cast along that ledge here. That's probably why I was retrieving a little bit quicker. Just trying to get the action of, or get the attention of a pike along this ledge here. But I'll slow up my retrieve. I'm all about learning. There's so many bait fish in this lake. It's actually crazy how much bait fish are actually in this lake. I should have brought my fly rod down. I was fly fishing down here probably a week or two ago, and I managed to catch a few pike on fly. That was a really cool experience. Carlos, welcome. Let this guy sink to the bottom. But it was a super windy day. That was northerly all day, so it was blowing from right of the screen, and it was white capping super hard. So I thought this afternoon would be a really good chance to get down and see if we can't catch a fish. But I'm probably a little bit late. I should have been here about an hour earlier than normal. The sun's starting to get down a lot earlier than it used to. Getting down at about 8:30. Oh, I just keep hearing fish jumping behind me here. I might have to tie the Rapala on this rod here, guys, and we'll hit some shallow water here and try and get some more pike. There is a deep ledge that comes off this point here. Probably drops down into 14, 15 feet of water, but I'm not gonna lie, I never really catch anything fishing there. I wish there was some muskies here, brother. But I always keep thinking this channel, there has to be a big pike sitting there one day. Like a nice 38, 49 incher, just looking for a quick feed. It never really happens. Okay. Nothing happened there. Bit of weed. Okay. We're going to walk up and we're going to cast right down the middle here, guys. The water is so beautiful right now. And I'm going to burn it pretty quick off the top here and see if we can't get a pike. There's a bit of weed there. I'd love to get a surface strike right here for us. That's quietened off here a bit, guys. Stephen, how you doing, man? Have you been fishing? I'd love to know. Still got pike jumping behind us here. Amrit, we're going for some pike and walleye here today, brother. But I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had much luck. I've got a shaky head jig on. I think I'm gonna swap it out and put on my Rapala crankbait that I had on earlier. Unfortunately, it just snapped off on my other rod. So I'm just gonna maybe retie that here quickly. I'm seeing pike surface all along here. And I've caught all of my fish on pike on that lure today. So we're just gonna do a quick swap here, guys. I'll bring you along for the ride. I've got like a foot leader on this thing because it's been through the wars. This rod, or this leader. So we'll put that in here. There it is. I'll show you what I've caught most of the fish on today. This guy here. It's a scatter wrap. Never seen him, never heard of him. Went to the local store today. We don't have any fishing store where I'm from. And this was what was on the shelf. And that's what I've caught most of my fish on today. So we'll tie that on. I've got 20-pound leader. And I was speaking to now a subscriber, and he gave me some tips on how to fish this jig properly. So we'll give that a go for another half an hour here as the sun sets really nicely behind that hill there. But let's see if we can get one or two more fish here before we head off. Saskatchewan Sally, welcome. Yeah, northern pike, walleye, perch, rock bass in this lake probably, suckers, maybe a carp, but I've never seen one in here. But the main species you catch are, I'm having a hard time here with this later, pike and walleye, and perch. Come on, Ben, my fingers are too fat. I'm trying to be as frugal as I can with this leader because there's not much left. There we go. Oh, I just ate some seaweed, well, riverweed. I won't say seaweed. All right, ready to go. Oh, and off the bag. We've caught something, guys. We've caught something. Sorry, my rod. The phone hates that in between up and down. Just gonna have a sip of pop here. No salmon here. Just walking out in the water here. And I'm just gonna pepper this little section here. I keep seeing pike hit the surface, so I wish I could fish in the Caribbean. That'd be so sick. All right, first cast down the middle. Yeah, pike are a different species than salmon. There's a bit of weed in this section. I think I've got half of it. Yep, caught half the river there, guys. Might have to slow my retrieve a bit. I was getting some tips from DED, his name was, with a crankbait like this, a shallow water crank. I'm a heavy twitcher, I like to twitch stuff because I use soft plastics a lot. But he was saying all you have to do is keep just nicely wind in, and you can slow and quicken your speed for how deep you want it. So we'll go nice and slow here and see if we can't get a pike to boil up on the surface here. Hitting bottom here, this must be quite shallow. Oh yeah, that works so well. I'm kind of glad to learn these little tips, eh? I'd be jerking this thing as quick as you could normally. Let's go towards the dock here and we'll lower. There's a fish jumps behind me. Just going to lower the rod tip here. It's a little bit deeper out here. Bring this down so you guys can see a bit more. I'm from tropical Twin Island country in the Caribbean. Oh, you don't have to rub it in. Oh, we caught a mussel, guys, I think. A little clam. These things grow a lot bigger than this crankbait in this river. Red snapper, Spanish mackerel, kingfish, tarp, and mahi-mahi. I've always wanted to catch a mahi-mahi, so if anyone knows the best place to catch a mahi-mahi, drop a comment. I've tried one day, didn't have any luck, but I've always wanted to catch a mahi-mahi. Okay, let's go shallow over here again, guys. Seems to be where all the fish have been boiling up. I keep my rod tip higher. I don't know, medium retrieve. Definitely some weed right there. Okay. The only thing I can think of that's in the fresh water that can kill you would be, and you guys might think this is a bit weird and contentious, would be a platypus. Platypus are poisonous. So you got to be careful of those. They've got spurs on the back of their feet. But they're really rare to see, and I don't think many people have died. I think there's maybe one person that's died from a platypus. But I'm in Manitoba, Canada, and the only thing you're going to get killed by in the water is probably too many leeches. Oh, that felt like a hit. First mosquito of the night just landed on my nose. A lot of weed down here right now. Well, there's more weed than fish right now. I am contemplating going back on that dock for a few casts, and we'll fish along those. You see that nice little green patch there? Maybe we'll go and we'll fish that to finish the session. I honestly thought we'd get a few pike here in this spot, but it just hasn't happened. I'll try a deeper cast and we'll oh, the back needs a crack. We'll slow retrieve that down. See if we can't hook ourselves a nice little pikey to finish the session. I'd also love if you've hung around for a bit, hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't, give us one last like, get us to 50. I can sleep a happy man then. But we're gonna walk straight back over to where we were, and we'll finish the day over off the dock there and see if we can't get a pike or two. Just as the sun's going down. Look at that. Oh, and a fish just jumped right behind us, like, give me a spell. There's a fish there. I've seen it a few times jump. And if it's jumping like that, it's a pike. I feel like we've got one more pike in us, guys. What an absolute ripper night, eh? You don't get much better than this, guys. Nights are cooling off here too. It's pretty cold here right now. Probably like 10 degrees, I'd say. Considering it was 30, I don't know, 24 hours ago. Slight change. Oh, God. Rod hold of that. All right, let's get this pike that's just been sitting there. It's time! Oh, that was a hit. That was definitely a hit. The thing is though, if a fish hits this lure, it's gonna stick. It's got so many hooks on it. All right, let's try over here, guys. Oh, that was in the reeds. Big time reedage. It's so funny, I had a subscriber comment how to fish this jig. I'd believe him though, and I've stopped fishing the way I was doing, and I've not caught a fish doing it the way he told me to. Oh, fish just jumped right near us there. I'm wondering if they're mainly suckers. This lake is loaded with suckers, and there's a lot of insect life out here right now. Finishing up their life cycle before winter comes. Oh, right behind me. See that swell? Kidding me. Scared the You could say crap, I suppose. Well, if there's fish there, you have to cast it, don't you? There we go, big fish, guys. Nailed. I knew there was a fish around here. Feels like a pike. I'm not on my ideal rod here, so my drag's a little bit funny on this rod. That thing smoked me. It's a decent fish too, guys. Oh, it's a walleye. No way. That's a stag walleye, guys. On the crank. No way. He hit that so aggressive. Loosening that drag off. He hit that like a pike. So aggressive. That's so sick. All right, let's walk him down. That's what we come here for. It's going to be hard to get a real good look for you, but I'll do my best. And that's why I wanted to cast those reeds. Look at that, guys. That's a sick walleye. He's so fat. I'll spin around here to show you. Look how fat that walleye is. That's a huge walleye. It's probably a 20-incher, I'd say. I know it's really hard to see, sorry. The size limit here is 18 inches, so he's gonna have to go back. Let's see if I can get a good look for you guys here. Look at the color on that guy. That's a sick fish. Kind of hard to show him off here. But yeah, he's too big to keep, so we'll let him go. And hopefully I can catch him this winter. Beauty. That was unreal. That was my first walleye on a crankbait. He hit that like a pike. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a pike for sure. Oh, what a session. I'm going to be uploading this one for sure. I don't always upload all my live videos, but that's probably a highlight of my summer here, fishing this lake. It's not, you know, people do catch walleye in it, but not very often. That was sick. Cheers, Shane. I'm glad that someone that I know seen that. I've been throwing this, I can't even see it, it's that dark, a scatter wrap from Rapala. I've caught a couple of pike on it, and then I just got absolutely smoked by that walleye. That was sick. Have you been fishing much, mate? Oh, I'm on a high. I'm like, I'm almost shaking, dude. I mean, I know it's only a walleye, but the way that thing hit and just took off, they actually do hit a lot harder than a pike walleye, I find. They tend to go the other way a lot quicker than a pike. A pike is, they're happy to kind of turn, and they're a bit more slender, so they're a little bit easier to bring in. But That was so sick. He sure did, brother. That was so cool. Whoo, I'm on a bit of a high here. I'm thinking I might ice fish this area when it comes to that time of year. But it's probably going to be close to my last cast here, guys. It's getting a little bit hard for you guys to see. And I kind of topped it off nicely with that walleye. That was so awesome. But thanks for joining. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like. And I appreciate you guys being here with me today, because there's nothing better than going fishing with someone and you guys have been here for the whole time. So we'll have one more cast over this side. What's Shane say? Been wading out at Lake Manitoba and catching eyes, pike and drum on jigs and twisted tail. Oh, nice. I blew a leaf spring on the boat trailer the other day, so trying to get that sorted. Whereabouts in Lake Manitoba you been doing that? Because I want to look at doing a bit of that. I'm happy to walk out in the water, and I love that sort of fishing. So if you can, maybe I'll reach out to you here after. And if you've got a good access point, I'd love to hook up with you one time. And yeah, tell me about vehicles. I just changed my struts in the Sunfire today. It took me a lot longer than it should have, because 2 carriage bolts were rusted in. So how sick was that walleye, guys? Oh, for sure, Shane. Appreciate that. I'll shoot you a message here tonight or tomorrow. I've currently got some time off of work, so could be down for a little trip. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it got dark so early. I should have been here a bit earlier, but 2 pike, 1 walleye, and a walleye on a crank super late was probably the highlight for sure. One last cast. Yeah, my phone's focus is just absolutely horrible right now. All right, guys, thanks heaps. We'll see you next time. Hit that subscribe. We'll see you later on. Time for some pop. You.